Hare Krishna. So we are gathered here to glorify Lord Jagannath. So what we'll do today, that we'll do discuss about the appearance of Lord Jagannath, and now Rath Yatra is happening. So it's a very very auspicious, and the Bhagavad Gita has very kindly arranged us for us to worship the Jagannath and hear about Jagannath. Before that, we'll do a very short kirtan. Is that okay? Sonakshi, you can play Jagannath. अच्छा ठीक है. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन की जय। जय श्री श्री गौर निताई की जय। श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री गुरुदेव की जय। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled. All glories to assembled. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सागणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णवेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते गोपालकृष्ण गोस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णवेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवाद सतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैतगदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। Okay. So thank you, Vibhor Prabhu Kirti Mataji, for organizing this program and on the very auspicious period of Rath Yatra. So Rath Yatra started about 2 days ago. So today we will discuss about Lord Jagannath. Maybe we'll spend about half an hour and then we'll do the Aarti, then Prasad. Okay. Hare Krishna. So how many of you have been to Jagannath Puri? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. You also? Very good. And how many of you know Jagannath's appearance? How Jagannath appeared at that past time? 1, 2. Okay. So we'll discuss about the appearance of Lord Jagannath. Is that okay? Hare Krishna. See, once upon a time, King Indradumna is a great devotee of the Lord, right? King Indradumna. So he sees Lord's a special vision in his dream, right? And when he sees, immediately he gets attracted to the form of the Lord. And he was very eager to find out where to find the Lord, where is the Lord situated, and so on, right? But at that time, Narada Muni appears. Narada Muni comes to Indradumna and he describes about the Lord Nilachal. Okay? So Nilachal means blue mountain. Okay? So the Lord's name is Nilamadhav. Lord Nilamadhav located in Nilachal. Yes? So when Narada Muni describes, then Indradumna immediately realizes that this is the Lord I saw in my dream. So his eagerness even increases. And he immediately decides that, to find out the Lord and worship and so on. Yeah. So he basically calls his ministers and all and sends some of the representative ministers to go and find. And he had a very dear minister. His name is Vidyapati. Okay. And he sends Vidyapati to Nilachal, towards Nilachal. And he gives all the instructions, the way Narada Muni explained. If you go go to that place is very, very beautiful, very peaceful. That place is devoid of envy, because this whole world is what? Affected by envy, duplicity, isn't it? False ego. So that's why the whole world, material world is called as Kuntha Loka. Spiritual world known as Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha. Kuntha means where there is no misery, where there is no envy. So when the place where the Lord is there, in that place there is no envy at all. Even snakes don't bite. In the deer and the tiger, they play together, because tigers don't kill and the deers don't fear. That is the kind of the place, Nilachal, the beautiful, right? So after hearing all these instructions, Vidyapati meditating, and he comes to the place, to the Nilachal. And when he comes, he sees all these symptoms, very, very beautiful, very peaceful, and a beautiful forest, and water is flowing, and he sees that the animals are friendly to everyone. So then he understood that he has come to his destination. But he has come to the destination, but where to find the Lord? And everywhere it is forest. So all these, like, where to go, he doesn't know, who to ask, he doesn't know. Then he sees some tribals. Okay, he inquires that are there any temples, are there any deities around this place and all. He sees that, the tribals say that we don't know anything. We are in the forest, our job is to just take whatever forest offers us. But our king is there. He does something, this sort of the things. He is a spiritual person. He might have an answer for you. So his name is Vishwavasu, tribal king. And when he goes to him, that king was sleeping. The Vishwavasu was sleeping. His daughter is there, Lalita, and daughter says that my dad is sleeping. So when he wakes up, then you can talk to him. And what happens? Vishwavasu every night goes to some place and he does some worship and all. And he goes alone. And he comes back and the whole night is gone in the worship. Daytime he sleeps. Okay? And Lalita basically arranges all the bhoga, flowers, this thing, that thing, and all to has a father instructed. And whatever the father knew, he was offering the arti, bhoga, whatever, according to his understanding. Yes? Lord basically accepts whatever is offered with love. Okay? Bhavagrahi Janandhana. Lord basically looks at the bhav. Lord doesn't see that, who are you? Are you a low class or high class? Are you offered very systematically or not? Like, what is important? The love. And Vishwavasu was offering, worshipping the Lord with love. And when he comes, his whole body actually smells fragrant. That is something everybody noticed. But where he goes, no one knows. Okay? So, Vidyapati understood that this is the place. Right? Then he stayed there with them, being friendly, and Vishwavasu every day going, so he was also helping him and all. He started to live there. Even though he was a renunciate, he eventually gets married to Lalita. Okay? And he became a family member. What is the objective? To find Lord. Where is the Lord? Nilmadhav is there. So one day he insists that the Vishwavasu to take him with him in the night wherever he is going. So Vishwavasu refuses, but after long time persistence and so on, finally Vishwavasu agrees with one condition. I will blindfold you, take you there, you take the darshan and you will come back blindfold. The idea is that he should not know where the Lord is located and he should not go again. Okay, that's the idea. So Vidyapati is very intelligent, very intelligent. He agreed, no problem, and he asked his wife Lalita, give me some mustard seeds. Okay, so he basically ties his mustard seeds to his dhoti and blindfolded. They are going, and he slowly sprinkling the mustard seeds all the way. And then monsoon comes, then all the mustard seeds sprout and yellow flowers come. So he follows the route and finally sees the beautiful darshan of the Nilamadhav. Okay, and once he found out, then he goes back to inform Indradumna Maharaj. Okay, I found the place and let's go. So Indradumna Maharaj immediately gets ready, let me go. So then his wife stops him. How can you go alone? I will come because you are going to take the darshan of the Lord. How come you leave me alone? I will also take darshan. So wife tags along. When the wife get ready, the ministers, everybody, they complain. You are going, then why we can't go? Then all the ministers, they go. And once they are ready, then the citizens also, king and minister, all of you are going, then how come we will not take the darshan? Then the lots of citizens also followed, crores of them. All of them, big tour, they come to Nilachal and they cross the river Mahanadi and then they reach to the place Nilachal. Nilachal means blue mountain. Okay? Achal means mountain. Yes. And then they understood that we came to the place and they did a big celebration. Now we will go, we are very close to the Lord and to take the darshan. They did a big party, So, all night the party was happening and all this big celebration. But at that time, the Nila Madhav comes in the dream of Indradumna Maharaj, saying that, O king, there is no meaning you going any further, because I left the temple. I am not there anymore. So, when Vidyapati saw Nilamadhav left the temple and disappeared. Okay, so King Indradumna was very sad. What have I done? So many years, and that he was waiting to take the darshan, and he was crying and all. But then, under the instruction of Narada, he performs a big yajna. Okay, so all the kings, he's a king, very opulent. They arrange the huge yajna, havan, and lots of people are there and all. And whole of that place became a big kunda, even there is there now, and it is known as Indradumna Sarovar. In Puri, if you find, it's there. So they do the yajna. Then Lord is pleased. And Lord again comes in the dream and says that instructs how he will appear. Okay? And Lord says that there will be a big log, wood will come in the sea, floating, and you take that log and make the deity form. Okay? And they, again, as per the instruction, they go on the certain place, certain the location in the seashore, and Lord has said, the log comes, a huge log floating. King brings that one and try to build the deities. And lots of carpenters are engaged, but nobody even they could break the wood. Forget about the carving. The wood is so strong. Now what to do? That obstacle after obstacle, that deities haven't not big, so what to do? And at that time, a old carpenter comes. His name is Ananta Maharana. Maharana means carpenter in Odia. Okay? So he says that I can carve. So they say that, this person is very old, no strength at all. All the big carpenter, they couldn't do anything. What is this? He doesn't have any strength. But king doesn't have any option also. Kings agrees. But then Ananta Maharana says that there is a condition. When I'm inside, I'm doing the work, nobody come and disturb me. You just lock the door and nobody should open the door. So how long will you take? 21 days. So 21 days, nobody should open the door. And whatever your food and drink and all, that you leave up to me. You don't worry. Now, the queen, Indradumna Maharaj's wife, Queen Gundicha, her name is Gundicha, and she is worried that, what are you doing? So she says to the king that, he is a very old man, and you leave him inside, no food, no water, nothing, and he will die there. And forget about building the temple, building the deities and all, you will get a Brahma Hatya power. But again, after the consulting the ministers and all, king agrees. And he starts to build in the Gundicha palace. At that time, each king and queen had the separate palaces and all. So he starts building the carve the deities in the queen's palace. So queen was very much worried. She every day goes and checks. Is there sound coming? Tuck, 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 tuck. That means something is happening inside. And like that, 12 days passed. And after that, there is no sound. Okay? Now queen is worried. So this Brahman is died. So he forces the king to open the door. And when king opens the door, the carpenter, he disappears. Okay, because condition was there, you should not open the door. And since it was 21 days, but they opened the door 12 days. So then they say that all the deities are incomplete. Hands are not fully done. There are no legs. Face is not properly done. Isn't it? Just like any pregnancy happens, there is a 9 months. Sometimes the children born prematurely when the body is fully not developed. So like that, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra are not fully developed. Now Indradumna Maharaj is very, very sad. Okay, and everybody basically blames the queen. Because queen only forced to open, and queen was basically cursing herself, oh, I did a great mistake. At that time, Narad Muni appears. Narad Muni appears at the right time. Isn't it? Always. So then he explains, these are not the premature deities. This is the actual form of the Lord Krishna, Balram and Subhadra. Then Narad Muni narrates a story that once during the Kurukshetra war, when Krishna and Balram came from the Dwaraka to the Kurukshetra, at that time all the gopis, Brajavasis, they went to Kurukshetra to meet Krishna and Balram. Okay? And at that time, the queens of the Dwaraka, they also there. So queens of the Dwaraka, they requested Mother Rohini to describe the Vraja Leela, Vrindavan Leela. See, Krishna is with us in Dwaraka and we are the queens, but Krishna 24 hours meditating on the Vraja Leela only Brajavasis, always thinking of the coward boys, coward girls, and what he was doing in the Vrindavan and all. So he was never in the Dwarka. Physically, he was Dwarka. So they want to know what is the so sweetness of the Vrindavan Leela. So Mother Rohini says that I will describe when Krishna and Balram are not around. If they are around and if I describe the Braja they will not be able to tolerate. Okay? So they basically guard Subhadra in the doorway. So make sure that Krishna and Balram should not come in. And the Braja description goes on. Rohini Mata speaks. Okay, so generally what Krishna and Balram, they are the king of Dwarka. Who can stop them? If you put a couple of soldiers, soldiers are under him. And suppose if you put any friends and all, they will not listen to them. But if the sister, she can stop the elder brother. Okay, brother, don't go inside. There is something going on. She can stop them. So very intelligently, they put Subhadra as the guard. Okay? And while the Brajalila, the description is going on, Krishna and Balram arrive there. And Subhadra stops them. Don't go in. And standing at the doorstep, they hear all the Braja pastimes about the Brajavasis and the sweetness, and Krishna Balram go into the ecstasy. When you hear something very amazing or surprising, your eyes become really like that. Their eyes started become bigger and bigger and bigger, and through that emotions, their body started melting. All the limbs got contracted, legs gone in, and the hands gone in, and the whole eyes become bigger and all. And that is the Jagannath and Baladev form. So Narada Muni explains that this form of the Lord is the most merciful form. It's not an incomplete form. Okay? So this is the form that Lord wanted to appear. So it's not a problem of opening the door in 12 days time. So now Indra Maharaj thinks that now we got the temple, we got the deities, now we have to install them. So, and the Lord Jagannath means, Nath means master, Jagat means entire universe, master of the entire universe. And we need a Purohit to install the deities. Who we need a topmost Purohit, not any ordinary Brahman. So who can be a best Brahman? Lord Brahma. So Indra Maharaj goes to the Brahma Loka, requests the Lord Brahma. In those days, they could go planet to the planet, travel planet to planet. But in Kali Yuga, there is no ability. Kali Yuga, everything is contaminated. Those what you call the powers also disappeared. In those days, they could travel interplanetary. Okay, just like international airlines are there, one country to another country it will take. So like that, they go one planet to the another planet, like that. Okay, so and Lord Brahma comes down. But we read about the Lord Brahma's time and our time. What is the difference? So many kalpas, they go in one day of the Brahma itself. And by the time Indra Maharaj went there and brought the Brahma, so many kalpas have passed in this earth. And there was a sandstorm came, there was and the whole sandstorm, it covered the entire temple. Okay, temple itself will disappear. And at that time, there was a king. That king's name is Gallamadhav. Okay, Gallamadhav. And this king was the Odisha king. Okay, he was once going in the horseback in the seashore, and the horse basically hit something and fell down. Okay, so king couldn't see anything. What is a hit? So king wanted to find out what is that. So he sees small object which is in the sand, and that basically hit the horse, and so he wanted to lift that, he could not lift. Then he asked his soldiers to dig it, and then when they dig it, they found the entire temple, the Puri Jagannath temple, what you are seeing, it was buried under the sand. And the horse that hit the object, that is the flag post in the top of the temple, the flag post, that's what it was hit. Okay, and finally they discover, they see that the temple, there is some deities which are nobody has seen. It's a half form, hands are not clear. So they put the deities aside and they start worshipping Lord Vishnu. And at that time, Indradumna returns with Lord Rama. Okay, and he says that I'm the one built this temple, and that Lord Brahma is here to worship or install the deities and all. So then they do the huge celebration. That that day was the Snana Yatra. Snana Yatra. Okay, then that happens 15 days prior to Rath Yatra. So Lord, the Abhishek happens only with water. Okay, generally when we do the Abhishek, we do the Panchamrita Snan and the fruit juices. There are varieties of Abhishek. But Lord Jagannath is worshipped only with water. Okay, and the installation and all happens. And then Lord was pleased. So Lord basically asked Indradumna Maharaj and the Gundicha that if you have, I'm very pleased, because they spent years and years to find out the Lord and build the temple, go to the Brahmaloka, bring the Brahma and all that, do the installation. It is several years, right? And so much of determination, so much of dedicated service that Indradumna Maharaj and Gundicha performed. So Lord was very, very pleased and said that ask any benediction that you want, I will fulfill. For the Lord, there is nothing too impossible. So Gundicha Mata says that, oh Lord, that all these years my husband was busy in first to find out you, then they build the temple, then they make the deities and all. So we never focused on our family plans. As such, we don't have any children. Okay? So today I have one desire. That please make us childrenless. We don't want to have any children at all. So everybody were around. Is she asking a curse or is she asking a benediction? See, people go to the Lord, say that I want this, I want that, I want the children, I want the grandchildren, and so on. And here, Gundicha is saying that I don't want any children. So then Gundicha explains that that until now our focus is you, Lord. But once we get the children and family and all, our focus may be diluted. And second reason that we don't want anybody come and say that this temple is my father's. This temple, my grandfather built it. Adhikar jatana ye hamara hai. We don't want anybody. It is the Lord's temple. That's why we don't want any children. होता है ना, हमारा जमीन होता है, घर होता है, तो बच्चे बोले हाँ हमारा दादाजी को तो 500 एकड़ था, बोलते रहते हैं, है कि नहीं? आज वो कुछ है कि नहीं, वो अलग बात है. So King Indradumna and Gundicha said that we don't want anybody claim that this is my father's or my grandfather's temple. This is the Lord's temple. That's it, Lord Jagannath temple. That's it. So then basically Gundicha was still sad. Lord asked, okay, now what happened? No, I mean, we don't want the children, but now what will, when we pass away, if we had children, they will offer the Pindadan and so on, right? But now there is nobody, So Lord says that I will become your son and I will offer the Pinda for you. So every year there is a particular tithi, and Lord basically takes the what is that? Shraddha base. Shraddha base means he will wear the white dhoti, white pandava and all, basically offering the pinda for the Gundicha and Indratumna. Every year it happens. Lord himself has becomes the son of Indratumna Maharaj. But Gundicha was pleased. But then again she was still sad. Now what happened? So Gundicha explains, suppose I have a son. Even though wherever he goes, goes to America or goes to Australia or whatever, but once in a while he will come to me, isn't it? He at least yearly once he visits me, then I can feed him and all. But now I have nobody. Nobody will be there to visit. Then Lord says that don't worry. I will visit you. I will visit you every year, once every year. And that visit is the Gundicha Yatra or the Rath Yatra or Gundicha Yatra. So Lord comes out of the main temple, goes to the Gundicha temple. Okay? And in Odia language they say Mausima Mandir. Okay? So Mausi means aunt, Ma means mother, we respect the Mausis also as mother. So is that Mausima. So he is going to his aunt's house, like that. Okay? And Lord says that I will come for 9 days. Why 9 days? Guru?
Because Queen Gundicha opened the door 9 days early.
Lovely, yes. So Queen Gundicha opened the door 9 days earlier. The plan was 21 days. So all the time, Gundicha Mata had this guilt in her heart that she made a mistake. Now Lord said that I will come for the 9 days, I will complete the 21 days. So you don't have to have any guilt anymore. And that's how basically this Rath Yatra happens. So Lord Jagannath comes out of the temple, goes to Gundicha, stays there with his aunt's house for 9 days, and after the 9 days, he comes back. Just like someone who migrated to Australia, once in a while, once a year, they go to their mother's house, isn't it? So that is one of the significance of the Rath Yatra. Rath Yatra happens for multiple reasons. There are multiple pastimes, and this is the one of the reason. And this is how Lord has appeared. Okay? Make sense? Any questions, comments?
Prabhuji, as a little thing to say, we went like a couple of weeks ago, we went to the Jagannath Puri and Maharaj was narrating the same story, and he was saying initially when the tribe king who worshipped the Lord, he and his daughter, when the Lord appeared into the king's dream, he said they will not come into the sea, and no one can drag it out. They put everyone behind it, and no one could drag it out of the sea. So that king and the daughter, they went jump into the water, and that only they can took that out the Lord. They had the even the two people, they by themselves they drag it out, and these people, they because they were from the tribe community, they call as Dattavanshi. And till today in Jagannath Puri temple, the month of the when the this chariot yatra happened, their generation worship the Lord. So out of 12 months, only this month where the chariot yatra happened, they are the ones who worship the Lord. All other pandas, they just refrain, they just go away from the. They are not the one who worship. They go away all around the India for charity donation, and the Datta Vanshi, so they worship the Lord in this month. So all the other panda, whatever donation they make in the whole year, the Datta Vanshi in just one, because it's the biggest festival on the earth, they make same donation in just 1 month. So they don't have to work for the rest of the month. And because they are Datta Vanshi, they are so strong, and Lord Vigra is so heavy, they have the physical power to drag Lord, to lift Lord, and mercy of the Lord. They are the one that take the Lord out from the Singhasan and install onto the rocks. So,
Very good. So that since the Nilmadhav left the temple and Vishwabasu was worshipping, so as Lord was pleased, he benedicts Vishwabasu, saying that you will worship me. So I mean these right now these tribal descendants that they worship during the Snan Yatra and Rath Yatra day. Like they bring the deity out to the Snan Yatra, then take back, then the Rath Yatra and all whole thing, like Snan Yatra happens, and then Lord takes the rest for 15 days. Lord becomes ill, Lord becomes sick. I mean we become sick, right? But how come Lord becomes sick? But Lord, out of his mercy, he is performing these leelas, that he also becomes sick. When we become sick, we don't have any control. Sickness comes whenever it comes. But Lord falls sick on a particular day, and he gets well on a particular day, and that is also predicted. So on Snan Yatra day, after that he fell sick, so no darshan will be there for 15 days, and after that the Rath Yatra starts for 9 days, and then the return Rath Yatra happens. Then another, Lord stays in the Rath Cart itself the next day. Then Lord gives the darshan to everybody in the having the golden ornaments and all. There is a special, next day of the return Rath Yatra, that is called the Sunabes, and after that Lord goes into the temple. So whole thing, it takes a month, and this 1 month is worshipped by the tribal descendants of Vishwabasu, and the Brahmanas, they worship the rest of the 11 months. So as I was saying, that the Lord looks at the love or the bhav. So even though they are the tribals, Lord is allowing them to worship. Okay, so what is important is that the love and how well that you serve. It's not the basically your janma or high class or the systems and the process and like that. And in the Lord, in Jagannath Puri, prasad is known as Mahaprasadam. Mahaprasad. That in the earlier yugas, that the process of the liberation is to perform the meditation. And when that the yuga, in the Treta Yuga, the process of the yajna was installed, because nobody could do the meditation. But then in the Dwapar Yuga, the deity worship was the process of the liberation. Okay, and now Kali Yuga people don't have the strength, don't have the memory, no power, no duration of the life, everything. So whole process was simplified. Okay, so just chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just by chanting, one can go back to Godhead. However, in Kali Yuga, people are low, so much lack of intelligence, they don't accept this simplified process as well. And for them, Lord Jagannath, being merciful, he said that even if you don't chant, it's okay. Just eat my prasad, you will be liberated. And nobody will say that no to the prasad. Isn't it? When you chant, that you feel tired and you sleep and all. But have you ever seen anybody sleeping in front of the prasad? Mhm. So that in our ISKCON, long time ago, during when Prabhupada was there, one of the devotee was there. He was very much attached to the prasad. When he is having prasad, nobody should disturb him. Okay, he gets then but when you have having the prasadam, somebody will say, come and say Prabhu, 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 this one, oh Prabhu, Prabhu, and he doesn't like that. So what he used to do, he takes his prasad in his room, and when he takes the prasad, he puts a signboard outside. Please do not disturb. I am in the meditation. So his meditation is having prasad, right? So likewise, so Lord Jagannath gives this special mercy just by having the Mahaprasad. Go to the Puri, have the Mahaprasad, you will be liberated. And Mahaprasad, there is no contamination at all. No contamination of whatsoever. So people take one another's plate as well, there is no contamination. And some the devotees take the Mahaprasad, the rice, generally it's a rice, dal and all that is offered. The rice, they basically dry it. So the dry rice is also as good as the Mahaprasad itself. So there is no contamination at all. So Lord Jagannath is most magnanimous, most merciful. And we are very, very fortunate today that mercifully Lord Jagannath has come here and giving us the opportunity, giving us the darshan and opportunity to serve. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Any questions, comments? Yes, Prabhu.
Two quick questions. We hear this story that Lord Jagannath got a Krishna's heart in it. I don't know if it is a real pastime or is it something
Yeah, see,
that when Krishna left his body, his heart was not there.
Yeah.
So they put it in the water, log, and that log, Maharaj found it and he crafted that.
So what happened? Lord Jagannath changes the body as well. Okay? Just like that, we change the body. At the time of death, the Atma goes to the another body. Similarly, Lord Jagannath also changes his body. And that process is called as Navakalabara. Okay? Kalabara means the body. Nava means new body. Okay? So, that that happens when the Adhik Mas, Ashad Mas happens. Just this year, Adhik Mas happened about a couple of months ago, and or Purushottam month, and that Adhik Mas, when it comes in the Ashad Mas, the rainy season, that is when the body will be changed. There is no fixed schedule. Okay? It happens minimum 12 years. That maximum will be more than that, So 12 years, 15 years, 19 years, 20 years, so it depends whenever that calendar tithi comes. Okay? And when that change of the body happens, they bring the new wood and then carve it. At that time, First time the law came in the ocean, but that nowadays the Lord gives the instruction in the dream where to go. They find a tree, very very auspicious, and they find some symbols will be there, chakra, gadha, padma, all these symbols, and these trees are protected by the snakes and all. There are many indications, and those trees they cut and bring make the deities. And when they make the deities, they basically change the heart of the Lord from the old deities to the new deities. Okay, that is called the Brahma Pradartham. Okay, so I mean that is what the Prabhu is referring to, right? So I mean some claim that one, but I'm not entirely sure. But that seems to be the case, but not entirely sure about that. Yeah. Makes sense? Everybody understood Prabhu's question? Okay. So when the Lord Krishna left this world, his body was destroyed. His body basically, mixed with the earth, but the heart itself remained. Okay, and not knowing what to do, they throw that heart in the ocean, and that one basically, one fish basically eats that heart, and one fisherman catches that fish, and when he cuts open, he finds something, and he brings and gives to the king of Odisha. And basically that has been put into the Jagannath, and that is the story what the social media we hear, but I'm not entirely sure whether that's true.
Prabhuji, what happened with the older deities when the new deities
Ah,
comes?
so then what happens that after the new deities are done, the old deities they make and go in the there is a garden in the temple. Now also we can go and see it. They dig and make the deities samadhi. So in the same place they do every time. But next time when they dig, they find nothing. I mean, 12, 15, 19 years later, when they put, obviously you should find some remnants, but they don't find anything. They dig and leave. And in that garden itself, there is a well is there. And that well doesn't have any water during the whole year. But just before the Snan Yatra, 2 days before, they go and they clean the whole well, remove all the dirt and mud and everything, and it's entirely dry. They cover it up, and the next day they see it's full of the water until the neck, the full water. And that water is used for the Snan Yatra, even today. And once the Snan Yatra happens, that water disappears. They don't see anything. And the whole year no water in that well. So it is said that the water comes from the Vaikuntha Loka to the well, and that is used for the Snan Yatra. Okay. So next time you go to the Puri, please go to the garden. There is some entry ticket. You can see the well and see the place where Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra Samadhi happens after the change of the Navakalavar. Yeah? Yes, Mataji.
Is it confined to one state or whole of India celebrates this?
Okay. His name is Jagannath.
Yes.
Jagannath means Lord of the universe. So entire universe celebrates, not only the Jagannath Puri. Okay, so all over the world, the Jagannath Rath Yatra, Jagannath worship, and by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, the Jagannath worship is taken out of India to the Western world. Today, practically every country on the earth is worshipping Lord Jagannath and celebrating the Rath Yatra.
We never celebrate it. But just today I read Fiji to my sister-in-law, and she said they took out like a float and they worshipped Lord Jagannath here. So it
Yes,
never
yes.
happened to them.
That is like in the water, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
in
read somewhere.
Ganeshwan Chaturthi now, they do that because when we met, Indians came there, they only celebrated Ram Navami, Krishnastami, Holi, and Deepavali.
Yeah.
That's all. So all this now we're basically learning and we're celebrating.
Yeah, nobody knew
Yeah.
about Lord Jagannath. It is the mercy
But
of
now
Lord
a lot
Prabhupada
of Indians there.
who took it out. Now Lord Jagannath is worshipped even in Russia, Ukraine, even in the Siberia, South Africa, practically every corner of the world. So what Prabhupada has done, what Prabhupada's mercy for us, that we can't estimate. We are very, very fortunate to be associated with Prabhupada. By his mercy, we are able to sit here and hear the Jagannath Katha and worship. Without Prabhupada, what we would have done? We don't know. Yes? I mean, we don't know where we might be rotting,
Yeah, everything is in the chapter.
Yes. Any other questions, comments? Okay, we'll stop here. So we'll do the aarti now. Okay. So what is the time now? 8:30. So good time. So aarti will do. It will take about 15 minutes, and then we'll do a bit of a kirtan. Then we'll have to start. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
Jai Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Sudarshan ki. Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Sudarshan ki. Jai Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Sudarshan ki. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.